my daughter's garage here. Just a quick and dirty little video on doing a patch panel on a 2004 Yukon. Got the rusted out, just the driver's side for some reason. Very annoying. Already got started, but so the panel you buy, I bought it on eBay. It basically it's the entire piece, but rather than it goes all the way along this line, but rather than remove the entire thing, I figured I would start off with. Let me see if I can just do this, because this is where the rust is, obviously. Obviously, or Bluetooth, I guess, as they would say. So, I mean, this is all good metal back here, so I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to cut out this section, and then I'm going to use this, hopefully, as a template to lay into the patch piece that they sold me, and then I'll cut that out, line it up, a couple magnets, tack weld, and then just, you know, like I've seen in the movies. So, wish me luck. Okay. So, just wanted to add the next step. There are all these pinch welds. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you do need. I took a drill. I mean, I'm sure you can use a. People use like a. I forget what the word is. Where you can kind of shape it and cut it out. So I drilled it to heat it up, and then I used a screwdriver to just pry, and then I used my cutting wheel underneath, and I was able to separate it. So as you can see, all the metal underneath is good. It's just surface stuff. So I'll have to repeat the process on the bottom edge, you know, because if you're cutting out the cancer, you might as well get rid of all of it. So, and I probably will do a little etching primer on everything, just to make sure that it doesn't rust again, or at least not in the foreseeable future. And yeah, making our way. Trying not to ruin this, because I need this template to be able to lay into the other one. But I'll probably end up making one out of cardboard anyway. I don't have chipboard. And there's the piece. I'm gonna lay that out inside of the other panel. Use that as my template, hopefully. And here we are. Same thing. The pinch welds on the bottom. You just drill them out and then separate it. Trying to straighten this up a little bit. We're gonna grind that smooth. And obviously you're gonna remove a bit of the metal so that the weld will hold on the outside. Not great at welding. I'm hoping that it goes smoothly. Alright, in the interest of making it look pretty good, I think this template's going to be way better than trying to recreate this with cardboard, honestly. Only because I don't have a lot of experience with, and I don't have chipboard. I don't have the giant scissors that they use on the shows. Pretty sure that's real important. Do have a plethora of scissors though, in case you were worried. But I think this is probably the best. Because it came off in enough of a structural piece to kind of recreate it. I put it in like that. I think that'll be good. I'll take some measurements too, just to confirm that the distances are pretty close. I'm more concerned about, obviously, this L being pretty perfect. I can kind of maneuver the rest. Once I hold that in place and tack it, I should be able to hold the rest. So I think I'll be good with that. Let's get it. When I look really tired, we call that progress. So it's actually not horrible. It's just so hot out. I should have done it in the shade. Here we go. There's the repair panel. There's the crap. Pretty close. So once you start tacking, I'm going to tack to make sure that I have the least amount of gap to fill with the weld. And I'm not the world's greatest welder, but I have a feeling I could probably seal that up. Seal it up, smooth it out. Little etching primer on it. Good to go. And we can move on to a little project with Brian, which is, I believe Eastwood is sponsoring and giving us the paint match for this color and rattle cans, so that'll be cool. Very cool. It looks pretty good though. It's very close, considering all things considered. Very close, and it looks legit. You know, looks good. Okay, I don't claim to be the world's best welder. Probably not the world's worst. Got the job done. Not super clean. I gotta ask Brian if the pinholes matter. I mean, I'll just keep going, but running out of the grinding disc. I mean, it's welded in though, and to be honest with you, for an old truck, we skim coat that. I hit it with a little color. I mean, it's solid. Sure ain't rusty, that's for sure. I'm gonna call that good. I'll hit it with a little, I'll ask Brian if the individual little holes really matter, or if structurally that's good enough. If it's good enough, I will hit it with a little etching primer, just so that it doesn't rust. And then, you know, we'll prep that body and be done. And we're done. So we're getting a fiberglass filler, and we'll smooth it out before doing the paint, but it is, you know, without even drilling holes or anything here, it's solid. It's really solid. That's very good. It's actually, I think it's a touch thicker. The patch panel that they send is actually a touch thicker, so didn't burn holes. I messed around with the settings. I kept it on the low setting. The high setting would burn holes, so it's too much amperage. So I did the low setting, and I kept the wire speed at about 5 or 6, just because I needed a little more material to fill the gaps. So I'm good to go. I did a little epoxy primer over it just to not allow rust, you know. And then I did guide coat on top of that just so that it would be black in the interim. But I'm happy with that. I mean, considering it was a gaping hole. Now I have a couple of, in the rockers, I have some little sections of rust, so I may get crazy and use this patch piece to like make myself little filler pieces and then touch them up just to get rid of the rust. There's some little areas I wouldn't mind addressing. So, but for now, I'm good. I'm happy with that. It looks awesome. And considering it's my first job, not my cleanest weld, you know. I mean, actually, it is my cleanest weld job considering I suck at it, but not bad. I guess you have to start somewhere.